I've been using the Sony ZV-1 for a couple of months now, and today I want to take a look at some of the autofocus features for video in the camera. So stay right there, you're going to want to see this. And just so you know, I went into the menu settings and I set the autofocus drive speed to slow and the autofocus tracking sensitivity to responsive for these tests. And here we are shooting at 320th of a shutter. We got autofocus on. Shooting. Now this was a very windy day and my plan was to use the camera mic for the whole video, but I forgot the dead cat. So instead of listening to that crap, we're gonna listen to me talking through the Tascam DR10L, and I did this after the fact. In this first section of the test, we're zoomed all the way out to 24 millimeters. I have the aperture opened up to f1.8, which is the widest that it goes. And my shutter speed, as a result, had to be set to 320th of a shutter, even with the ND filter on because it was a very bright sunny day. And now we'll go ahead and just kind of quickly dip out of the frame and then come back into the frame and see how well it catches my face and keeps me in focus. So basically for the second test, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna zoom in to about 50 millimeters because that will make a more shallow depth of field. And at 50 millimeters, the widest I can get the aperture is f2.8. But you can see here that it's still a pretty shallow depth of field, obviously, because we're at f2.8 and it's 50 millimeters. And I'm pretty close to the camera. So here we're doing the dip down and the dip in to start off the test. And now you can see the sun coming out, and I decided just to kind of walk off the screen and walk back in just to see how quickly it can grab me. And here I am just walking right back to the camera. If I was to zoom all the way in at 70 millimeters, this is what it would look like. And we'll keep the shutter speed the same. And right now I'm talking through the actual internal microphones. I'm not sure what it sounds like, but hopefully it sounds good. That would be a negative. And we're gonna back up and come back in. Now for this last test, I'm just gonna zoom all the way in to the maximum, which is 70 millimeters on this camera to get the most shallow depth of field that I can possibly get. And the aperture's opened up to f2.8, as wide as it can get. And let's see what it does. So how did that look? The other setting that I wanted to show was, it's actually in camera 1 settings. And if you go all the way to page 12, you have the product showcase, which can be on and off. We're going to turn it on. And also, if you back out of here and get out the menu, you can also access the product showcase through C2, which is the trash can. So if you have it set to movie mode, C2 controls the product showcase, which can be changed, but that's what it's set to right now. And we're going to play with that and show what it does. All right, so right now we're using the product showcase feature, and here I have a little product. This is the remote control for my lights. Okay, now let's turn it off and see what happens when we don't have that on. So now the product showcase is off It is focusing on my face really well right now. Let's try to throw this back in. I think it still works fine, I think. It's hard to say, but yeah. So there's a look at some of the continuous autofocusing that you can expect to achieve when using the Sony ZV-1 in video mode. To me, it looks pretty decent. It hangs with the subject pretty well. It focuses right on your eye, and it pretty much does not let you go. In terms of the product autofocus setting, I don't really see a huge difference when that is on or off. It just seems to do the same. It's pretty good at recognizing when you put something close to the screen and focusing on it, even when that's off. And then when you let it go, it goes back to your face. So I don't really see a difference. I'm sure in certain situations, maybe there might be a reason why you might want to turn it on, but I don't, in my experimentation, I just don't see much of a difference. Please, if you haven't already done so, go ahead and subscribe to my channel for more videos about the Sony ZV-1. We're going to do some more tests. In the next one, we're going to be taking a look at the high-speed video settings, and we'll kind of look at those and see how the image quality looks when you're doing that. And for your reading pleasure, there's also a few ebooks that I wrote some years ago. They are suspense, drama type ebooks, so you can go ahead and check those out. They're very short, they won't take a long time to read, but they are very fun. Anything that I talk about in these videos is always down below in the affiliate links. If you click on those, I will get a small commission if you decide to purchase any of the equipment discussed in these videos. And there's also links to the equipment that I use to create these videos as well. If you like the music that's playing in the background, that is provided by Soundstripe.com. Down below in the description, there's a link for that and a discount code if you decide to use Soundstripe. And as always, I'm Mike Turner. Thanks for watching, and I guess I'll see you soon.